the music that makes your mouth water. Absolutely. It's Meal Prep Monday, and Seanna Thomas is here with some freezer-friendly back-to-school options. And boy, do they look delicious. We're already talking back to school. Oh, my goodness.
I know. I didn't know if everyone would be mad at me for saying the bad phrase too early. But to be honest, I have 2 boys in high school that are already back to school.
Right. Colleges and universities also.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
really
I mean, a lot
close.
of people are already feeling it, but I know we have a couple weeks till, you know, kind of that official Labor Day start date.
Yeah, for some of us.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring a couple recipes that, you know, I always talk about protein and fiber and nourishing our kids and making sure that they're full and stay full and have that energy. But it's also important that they have something to really look forward to in their lunch, right? Like, I am notorious in my family, and my kids know that I make basically the same lunch every day for them. You know, we have a really good sandwich, we have fruits, we have veggies, we have, you know, that protein, that fiber, all that stuff I'm talking about. But I love, these are on repeat at my house every single week.
I'm sure these are as nutritious as you can get a banana chocolate chip muffin.
You know what?
On the surface, it sounds like a treat, and it is.
Totally, and it is a treat. I mean, there's chocolate in there, they're sweet, but they do have whole wheat flour, you know, they do have some fiber in there, but this is something that, you know, the kids can really look forward to. And the reason I brought them today is because they are freezer friendly. And, you know, you could batch cook these, they're great. You can double, triple the recipe and keep them in your freezer and just pull them out and put them in the lunchbox, even frozen. And then by lunchtime, they'll be nice and thawed and good
I love
to
that.
go.
Yeah, and then they're nice and soft and moist and all those good things.
Exactly. Because, you know, if they don't eat this, I mean, I have 3 kids, so a dozen muffins goes pretty fast in my house. But, you know, if that's not true for you and they're sitting around for a while, they can get dry, you know, and they can go moldy and things like that. And we really want to avoid any food waste. So keep them in the freezer. Batch cook them now. You can make them this week, put them in the freezer, and they'll be great for back to school, because we know it's chaotic and really rushed at that time too,
I have a feeling there will be none left by this segment, though.
I think so.
And then these cheese puffs look really fun.
So these are just fun, something savory. I want to bring something savory because typically when we think about treats and things that kids are looking forward to, it's usually sweet, right? So these, I mean, who doesn't love cheese? So these cheese puffs are something a little bit different. They are pretty easy to make. You have to cook, you know, a choux pastry on the stove, which means basically it's water, a little bit of butter.
Choux pastry.
Choux pastry.
Never heard of that.
In French, it's like a pâte de choux or pâte à choux. But basically, you're making this like dough with water and flour and butter and salt.
See, in French, choux is soulier, but it's not that kind of choux. It's a different kind of choux.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But then you add a whole bunch of eggs in there, and you add whatever cheese you like. You can do like a Swiss cheese. I used a cheddar cheese, and then to add a little more flavor, I added a whole tablespoon of dried mustard.
So good. Really?
Yeah, and it brings out that flavor, a little kick there, and some thyme. You could use rosemary. You could use whatever herbs you really like, but they puff up. And then again, you can freeze these. Right. So
they
you can
don't lose their kind of structure.
Yeah, exactly. They stay nice and puffy. Like half of these have been frozen. And
look, there's kind of like you could even put a little bit of something in the puff.
You could.
Like
and
peanut butter or something.
In a cheese puff?
I don't know.
Well, maybe not. But, you know, we could. You could put something in there. But these are something the kids are going to look forward to. Something a little bit different. I know my kids are like, don't leave them all at the studio. Bring them home so that we can have them in our lunch. But I don't know, kids. I don't know if they're going to make it back. But yeah, all of these are freezer friendly, batch cook, and they're great for lunches.
I love it. And as always, we love, you know, we're so focused on what you're showing us. Tell us how we can find these recipes online.
Yes, so they'll all be on my Instagram, Seanna Thomas Nutrition, one word. You'll find both of these recipes there this week, along with Facebook, just in time, well, in plenty of time, really, for back to school.
And here comes Nick. So
and
on
here
that
comes
note,
Nick,
before Nick clears
I followed my nose. I'm like Toucan Sam.
Yeah.
We're going to start a break. We'll have more on
You're
CP24
welcome.
Breakfast right after that.
Enjoy.